Welcome to Sensible Secondhand Classics, a series where we look at practical and sensible cars that are over 15 years old that you can buy for a budget of between £1,000 and £5,000. This is a 1999 Peugeot 206 Grand Tourisme. But is it any good? Should you care? Let's find out, shall we? So the 206 Grand Tourisme was a very interesting special edition of the 206. It actually was produced quite early on in the model's life. They were sold in this country between 1999 and 2000. Now they are very similar to a GTI in some ways. GTI came out around the same time, about 99. But they are crucially different in a few areas. One, they are 4 meters in length because these are actually a rally homologation special. Peugeot wanted to use the 206 in world rallying, but the car needs to be at least 4 meters long, and the standard one isn't. So they fitted these natty looking bumpers that you would have seen just now, and the car was then compliant. They had to make 4,000 of them with the bumper setup to comply. So they did, and about 500 of them came over here. They all were fitted with this 2-litre 138 brake horsepower engine, which was also found in various other models actually. They also put this into a very special version of the 206 SW actually, which is odd, but they did. So you can find some particularly quick 206 SWs with this engine. Later on with the GTI 180, which shares an interior of this car has been modified with this roof with roller garros and a GTI 180 interior. You could get a 178 brake horsepower version of this engine. The standard ones were a 1.1 with about 59 horsepower, a 1.48 valve with 73 horsepower, a 1.4 16 valve with I think 89 horsepower, then a 1.6 with about 108 horsepower, I think the 16 valve version. The 1.6 8 valve was about the same as a 1.4 16 valve, about 89 horsepower. There were also some diesels available, but as usual, due to controversial government legislation and all kinds of other reasons, we don't talk about diesels on this channel. I mean, why exactly, when you have a car that handles as tightly as this and feels as good, do you need to put an engine we can't discuss in it? That doesn't make any sense to me, but some people like extra fuel economy, don't they? So there we go. So we're just coming up to a roundabout now. We are literally a couple of miles from where this car was made, at Wrighton on Dunsmore. And we're just going to go around this roundabout. I'm sure they would have tested the 206s on these roads as well. So here we go. So 0 to 60 in this about 8.1 seconds, I think. But my gosh, this feels a lot quicker than that. It's only the 138 brake horsepower version of this engine, but it actually grips. It grips really nicely, this car, and it goes. The standard 1.4 206 I drove in 2023 did not drive like this at all. Really, it didn't. This is a nice responsive car. The chassis is very well set up. In the 90s, Peugeots were known for excellent chassis engineering, which was the 306, 106 and the 406. And this car is a really nice balance between a compliant ride and excellent handling. You can see why actually people really liked these. It's quick, and it's also nice and compact. Now, personally, I prefer a car that's a bit bigger than this. It does feel a little bit small for me, but that's probably because of these really figure-hugging GTI 180 seats. So yeah, so far, so good.
So you can immediately tell that this is not an ordinary 206 just by looking at this bumper. You can see from the side profile of the car that it is longer. This particular car has facelift 206 rear lights on it. They were sort of 2003 onwards, and also a GTI 180 interior that again would date from around the same period. Wheels though are standard. See the front end is longer as well. Actually looks alright like that, looks quite good. This is a really nice example. Justin, who owns this car, actually has several of them. This is the one that's on the road at the moment. When Peugeot decided to go rallying with the 206, they found out that you need to have a car at least 4 meters long, and of course the standard 206 is not. And so what we did was make a homologation special. They had to make it in that configuration, so they made 4,000 of these Grand Tourismes. About 500 came to Britain, and this is number 1012. So very nice wheels. Black mirrors are standard. Also, you get power folding mirrors in this. You get all sorts of lovely luxury touches, which you don't get on a lot of the standard 206s, like the one I drove in 2023, which is a 1.4 GLX from 2001. Open up the boot here. That is actually a specific Grand Tourisme exhaust, because of course the car is longer than the standard one, so therefore you need a longer tailpipe. Because it's Justin and the standard of this car is ridiculous, everything is immaculate in here. Got the original Clarion CD changer. The previous car that his lady wife had was a Fiesta, so we've got this boot liner in here, just ignore that. We lift this up and we see actually, well, the spare wheel typical Peugeot is kind of not here, it's underneath the floor, which is fine. You have to just use a tool and get that out. Have a look at this lovely GTI 180 interior. Comprehensive transformation actually on this car. Not only does this car actually have a glass roof unlike any other Grand Tourisme you would have seen, the previous owner actually put that in, which is insane when you think about it. We've also got these GTI 180 seats, GTI 180 instrument binnacle, GTI 180 door cards, and we've got a GTI 180 glove box. I know, isn't that insane? It's a very comprehensive transformation. So we've got climate control in here, Blaupunkt stereo, of course, with the disc changer in the boot. Standard steering wheel actually in this as well, which is nice. 5-speed manual, and then PowerShot driver's window, which actually does have a button here, well, for folding mirrors, which is good. A lot of the sort of interior plastics on a 206 aren't the best. Of course, this sort of elephant hide style dash is never particularly loved back in the day, but it's okay. Automatic wipers, excellent. I've got luxury touches and sporty touches, which is good. We've also got here the stalk kit for using the stereo. So kind of early for that. Obviously, the French were doing that as early as 1982. I think it was the Renault 9. So that was, I think, the first car that had a remote control for the stereo. You can't actually see it when you're driving at all, which is maybe not the best, but never mind. Does the glove box fit my secret mission documents? Let's see. Yes, it's not all French cars that have terrible glove boxes and they didn't bother to move the fuse box from left, right hand drive. This one's fine. Obviously it might be the case actually because this one was built just down the road from where we are at Brighton, so that might have to do with it, I don't know. So yeah, it's good. Capacitor airbag deactivation switch. You've got the sort of silver dials in here which look good, from the GTI 180 with this leather stitched instrument panel. Really enthusiast car. We also get this blind open. I think I might actually open it. The roof doesn't actually open. It's just the blind that does. But it looks good. It's actually off of Roland Garros. A scrap Roland Garros donated that roof. So this car could look even better. Right, I'm going to have to do what we used to do back in the day, always. And we are going to get in the back because Mr. Manning from the Matty's Cars channel dictates that we do. So we shall. This is for you, Mr. Manning. Right, viewers, unlike Justin's 406 Coupe, we don't have electric seats to let me in the back, so we're going to have to use this manual spring. And these seats from a GTI 180 are quite big, so... Okay, right, can we get this back? into a position where I can actually sit in here. Not really. This roof has robbed me of some headroom. It's been extremely well fitted. I mean, it's an incredible job, this, but yeah. I am trapped in my self-imposed prison. Let's have a look inside self-imposed prison then and see what it's like. So we've got little bits to put things in there. We can sort of reach down and get the cigarette lighter for our Gitan if we need some Gitan action. It's actually a 3-seater in the back. I think it... I don't know. I'm not sure. It wouldn't make much sense to have a 3-seater in here. It's not really the kind of car where you'd want 5 people in here. Be a bit too exciting, but there we go. Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's sort of standard 206, but it does feel a lot better with these kind of nicer materials in it. Literally everything has been changed in terms of the seats for the GTI 180 interior, including these sort of the side suede bits, which is good, or Alcantara, or whatever it is it's called. These seats they're nice. They're just a little bit too big, I think. The standard ones aren't as big as this in a Grand Tourisme. Yeah. Right, let's get out of here. Our conclusion is that we get a bit cramped in here and we need the 5-door version, which I tested a couple of years ago. But you can get one of those for a Grand Tourisme, so this is what it is. Goodness me, that was a faff getting it out of there. Anyway, look at this. Look how nice this is. Excellent condition, no rust, fully undersealed. Here's the 2-litre engine developing 138 horsepower. Obviously you could later on get a 206 with 178 horsepower in the GTI 180. Quite tightly packed in here actually. There is a cam belt in here on this side. You've got to make sure you do that if you're buying one of these, of course. Not the most spacious engine bay I've ever seen to work on, but it's quite a short front end on one of these, so that can be forgiven. Just sort of taking in again just how immaculate Justin's cars always are. He's got some lovely, lovely cars I've driven. He's really, really quite enthusiastic for Peugeot, and yeah, I understand the appeal of these now, especially with this one with a special roof. Anyway, I think it's time for us to get on the road and see how this lovely Grand Tourisme actually handles the open.
So just driving around these roads where doubtless hundreds of these would have been tested over the years, it feels really good. The only thing is, the car's a little bit under-geared, and so if you're doing 70 on the motorway, it's going to be a little bit on the loud side. And there is a firm edge to the right, which of course you need in a car like this. So maybe if you want a comfortable cruiser, you probably need to buy a standard 206, possibly Roland Garros, something like that. Nice sunroof and other things, but you won't get something that drives like this. Not to say it's bad. I mean, Justin Motors' car, his lady wife's been using this on a daily basis, and I understand entirely why she's been having fun in it. The only thing is, as well, the gearbox, typical kind of Peugeot this era, it's a tiny bit floppy on this example. It's not bad at all, but they do go a bit floppy, these gearboxes. But yes, I very much enjoyed myself. I can see why Justin has, multiple 206 Grand Tourismes. Let's look at some trim levels now for the 206. My goodness me, there are a lot of them. Start off with the L, the LX, the GLX, the Style, the S, the SE, the Roland Garros, which donated the sunroof to this car, the Quicksilver, the Urban, the Verve, the XS, the XSI, the Sport, the GTI 180, which donated the interior to this car, the Look 2, the Allure, the Black, the Eco, the Entice, the Fever, the Grand Tourisme, which is this one, the Independence, the Silver, the Sport, 3, Zest, Zest 2, and the Zest 3. So viewers, should you consider one of these 206s with a 2-litre engine with your hard-earned budget between £1,000 and £5,000? Well, you can pick up a 206 for no budget reviews money quite easily. There's a lot of them around, and they were sold in this country until 2009. So chances of finding one are good. One of these special ones like this Tourisme, well, they didn't make a lot of them, and a lot of them are in the hands of the collectors now. Justin's got a few of them. So, yeah, when we do come up for sale, I think you can pick them up for under 5,000. This one, I think, is worth a bit more than that. But I quite like it, viewers. I don't know why particularly, but I'm quite enamoured by this. Although Justin's also got a V6 GTI 6, so possibly that might be nicer. I don't know. Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment below, and we shall see you again soon for some more reasonably priced nostalgic motoring.
1, 2, 3, 4. Every blue day, every day.